Geologists have claimed that the Mediterranean Sea was once a lake, with no way out in the east and west. However, natural phenomena, such as the movement of tectonic plates, changed the face of the continent. Initially, the sea became smaller in the east, and then a strait between Europe and Africa emerged for unknown reasons. This strait, known as the Strait of Gibraltar, is only 13 kilometers wide, and it remains unclear whether the inhabitants of the Spanish and Moroccan coasts can see each other. With a total population of almost 90 million people in the region, the idea of connecting both states and continents with a bridge or tunnel has been discussed for a long time. Recently, Spain and Morocco have come together to renew plans for this mega project. In today's video, we will explore more about this bridge that will connect Africa and Europe. The Strait of Gibraltar is located between southernmost Spain and northwestern West Africa. It serves as the passage that connects the Mediterranean Sea with the Atlantic Ocean. The strait lies in the territorial waters of Morocco, Spain, and the British overseas territory of Gibraltar. It stretches for 36 miles in length, but at its narrowest point, it is only 8 miles wide between Point Morocci in Spain and Point Ceres in Morocco. Ferries cross between the two continents every day, taking as little as 35 minutes. Due to its location, the strait is also commonly used for illegal immigration from Africa to Europe. The strait holds great strategic and economic importance, as it has been used by many early Atlantic voyagers and continues to be vital as a shipping route for southern Europe, northern Africa, and Western Asia. The Strait of Gibraltar crossing is a hypothetical bridge or tunnel that would span the Strait of Gibraltar, connecting Europe and Africa at its narrowest point. The idea of building a bridge over 13 kilometers of water may seem trivial given the wonders of modern engineering. For example, the bridge between the Cuban and Crimean peninsulas, which opened not so long ago, spans almost 20 kilometers. In China, there are several bridges that span over 40 kilometers in length. The longest existing bridge over water is the Hong Kong-Zhuhai-Macau Bridge, which stretches for 56 kilometers. So why isn't there a bridge between Europe and Africa? The answer is a combination of factors. It's not that engineers are incapable or that there is no funding. The idea to connect the African and European coasts was first dreamed of in the mid-19th century, when railways were beginning to establish themselves as a major means of transportation for people and goods. At that time, it was even proposed to build a dam and block the Strait of Gibraltar entirely to facilitate transportation. However, there were not enough resources available for such an ambitious venture at the time. Although engineers periodically kept the dream alive, it would take more than a century for the project to be revitalized. In June 1979, the Common Hispanic-Moroccan Declaration of Fez was signed by the kings of Spain and Morocco with the aim of facilitating the crossing between Europe and Africa. In 1988, the Moroccan king expressed hope that the bridge would be completed during his lifetime. However, these hopes proved to be in vain. Various engineers have designed bridges and tunnels to connect Europe and Africa via the Strait of Gibraltar, proposing different alignments and structural configurations. One proposal featured a bridge with deep piers, 14 kilometers in length, 910 meters tall towers, and a 5,000-meter span. Another proposal suggested a floating and submerged bridge connected at an island in the middle of the Mediterranean Sea. The construction of a bridge was eventually ruled out due to its impossibility. In December 2003, Spain and Morocco agreed to explore the construction of an underwater rail tunnel across the strait. However, a major problem arose when engineers discovered that the material under the strait was extremely hard rock, making tunneling impossible with the available technology. One engineering solution was to fix a prefabricated concrete tunnel to the floor of the strait using cables. This tunnel would handle automotive and train traffic. However, a geological study cast doubts on the tunnel's feasibility. The main challenges included the unstable nature of the area under the strait, the presence of an active major geologic fault, and the multi-directional ocean currents. These complexities make the construction of the tunnel complex and raise doubts about its feasibility. Additionally, the cost of building such a tunnel would be significant. While no official figures have been announced, estimates from 2007 projected a total cost of €5 billion, which would likely be higher in today's prices. Despite these challenges, in February 2023, after a high-level bilateral meeting between Spain and Morocco, the two governments resolved to relaunch the project for an undersea railway tunnel across the Strait of Gibraltar. As of 2023, the project is planned to start construction in 2030. Spain's Minister of Transport has stated that the two countries will give momentum to the studies of the project. They have already contacted a German company, the largest manufacturer of tunnel boring machines in the world, to explore the feasibility of building the necessary machines. The proposed tunnel would consist of 3 tunnels, 2 single-track tunnels and a service gallery connected by transversal passages at intervals of 340 meters. The tunnel would be nearly 39 kilometers long, with 11 kilometers exclusively underground and 27.8 kilometers underwater. The construction would take an estimated 10 to 15 years and involve a significant number of workers. The construction of this tunnel could have a positive impact on the economy of both regions, particularly in the areas closest to the project. The Strait of Gibraltar Tunnel project, which aims to connect Morocco and Spain, has been a topic of interest and discussion. The proposed project consists of a 38-kilometer-long underwater railway tunnel from Tarifa to Tangier. The tunnel would be underwater for approximately 27 kilometers, reaching a maximum depth of 475 meters with a slope of 3%. The idea of a bridge or tunnel spanning the Strait of Gibraltar, which is about 14 kilometers wide at its narrowest point, has been considered as a means to connect Europe and Africa. After a high-level bilateral meeting between Spain and Morocco in February 2023, the two governments resolved to revive the project for an undersea railway tunnel across the strait. The construction of the tunnel is planned to start in 2030. The proposed tunnel would consist of 3 tunnels, 2 single-track tunnels and a service gallery connected by transversal passages at intervals of 340 meters. The total length of the tunnel would be nearly 39 kilometers, with 11 kilometers underground and 27.8 kilometers underwater. The construction of the tunnel is estimated to take 10 to 15 years and would involve a significant number of workers. The project holds great potential for boosting the economies of both regions, particularly in the areas closest to the project. It would facilitate the movement of people and goods more easily and quickly than by plane or ship, opening up new opportunities for trade and development. Additionally, the tunnel could serve as a new gas pipeline between Morocco and Spain. While the project is ambitious and structurally complex, advancements in engineering make it feasible. The Spanish and Moroccan governments have already contacted a German company, the largest manufacturer of tunnel boring machines in the world, to explore the feasibility of building the necessary machines for drilling the subsoil of the Strait of Gibraltar. The construction of the Strait of Gibraltar tunnel would undoubtedly be one of the most significant projects in the world. With improved ties between Spain and Morocco and the potential for increased trade and connectivity, it has the potential to shape the future of the region. However, challenges such as the geological conditions, depth of the sea, and multi-directional ocean currents must be carefully addressed to ensure the successful completion of the project. In conclusion, the Strait of Gibraltar Tunnel project represents an ambitious endeavor to connect Europe and Africa. While it has faced challenges and delays in the past, recent efforts by Spain and Morocco have reignited the project. With construction planned to begin in 2030, the tunnel has the potential to bring economic benefits, enhance transportation, and strengthen ties between the two regions. The proposed Strait of Gibraltar Tunnel project, which aims to connect Europe and Africa, offers several potential benefits for both regions. Here are some of the key advantages. Enhanced connectivity. The tunnel would provide a direct and reliable transportation link between Europe and Africa. It would facilitate the movement of people, goods, and services, making travel and trade more efficient and convenient. Economic growth. The construction and operation of the tunnel would stimulate economic growth in the regions surrounding it. It would create job opportunities and attract investments, leading to increased economic activity and prosperity. Tourism boost. The tunnel could have a significant impact on the tourism industry in both Spain and Morocco. It would attract more visitors by offering a unique and convenient way to travel between the two continents. This would benefit local businesses, hotels, restaurants, and attractions. Trade expansion. The tunnel would open up new opportunities for trade between Europe and Africa. It would provide a direct route for the exchange of goods and services, promoting bilateral trade and economic cooperation. The European market would have easier access to the African continent's market, and Morocco could attract more British tourists and investors. Infrastructure development. The construction of the tunnel would require the development of supporting infrastructure, such as roads, railways, and terminals. This would contribute to the overall improvement of transportation networks in the region, benefiting not only the tunnel project, but also other areas of infrastructure development. Environmental benefits. The tunnel could have positive environmental impacts by reducing the reliance on air and sea travel. It would help decrease greenhouse gas emissions associated with long-distance flights and maritime transport. Additionally, it could alleviate congestion and reduce traffic on existing transportation routes. Cultural exchange. The tunnel would foster cultural exchange and understanding between Europe and Africa. It would facilitate the movement of people, allowing for increased interaction, collaboration, and the sharing of ideas, knowledge, and experiences. While the project poses significant challenges, such as geological conditions, depth of the sea, and multi-directional ocean currents, advancements in engineering make it feasible. The Spanish and Moroccan governments have expressed their commitment to the project, and studies are underway to explore its viability. In conclusion, the Strait of Gibraltar Tunnel project holds great potential for promoting connectivity, economic growth, and cultural exchange between Europe and Africa. If successfully completed, it could become a symbol of cooperation and integration, benefiting both regions for years to come. If you enjoy our content and would like to stay updated, we'd be thrilled if you could hit that subscribe button. It would mean the world to us. Thanks for your support.